Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, where we dig into the science behind our amazing world. Today, we're on a quest to uncover the origins of the human mind itself. How do you find a fossil of a thought? You can't, but you can find the next best thing, the products of those ancient minds. I am talking about stone tools. For over 3 million years, these aren't just primitive rocks. They are the enduring hard drives of our ancestors' cognition. And they tell an incredible story of our journey from simple ape to strategic, thinking human. This is the world of neuroarchaeology, a mind-blowing field that combines ancient artifacts with cutting-edge brain scanners to read the minds of our ancestors, one stone flake at a time. The basic idea is simple but powerful. The more complex the tool, the more complex the mind that made it. And for millions of years, stone tools are the most abundant evidence we have of how our ancestors behaved. So let's trace this journey. It all starts around 2.6 million years ago with what we call Oldowan tools. These are the first widespread tools, created by striking a core stone with a hammerstone to break off a sharp-edged flake. It sounds simple, but it was a revolutionary first step. So, what was going on in the brain? Researchers trained modern people to make these tools and scanned their brains. They found lots of activity in areas for motor control and sensory processing, like the cerebellum. It was all about coordinating vision, touch, and movement. But crucially, the prefrontal cortex, our brain's CEO for complex planning, was quiet. This suggests the first step in our tech evolution wasn't about grand strategy, but about mastering basic hand-eye coordination. Then, around 1.75 million years ago, things get a major upgrade. The Acheulean hand axe appears. This wasn't just a simple flake, it was a purposefully shaped, symmetrical, teardrop-shaped tool. Making one required a huge cognitive leap. You needed to have a mental template, an image in your mind of the finished product, and then execute a long sequence of strikes to get there. Brain scans of people making Acheulean tools tell a different story. Not only are the sensory motor areas active, but now, for the first time, the prefrontal cortex lights up. Specifically, the left prefrontal cortex, which is linked to working memory, the ability to hold and juggle information in your mind. To make a hand axe, you have to think about the overall shape, the angle of your next hit, and how it will affect the final form, all at the same time. This is a whole new level of thinking. Fast forward to about 300,000 years ago, and we see something truly remarkable: the Levallois technique. This method is pure genius. Instead of just shaping a rock into a tool, our ancestors meticulously prepared the core stone first. They would shape it in such a way that they could produce a perfect flake of a predetermined size and shape in a single final strike. The level of planning and foresight needed for this is astounding. You have to see the final tool inside the raw material before you even start and plan every single preparatory move. This multi-stage, strategic process is considered a hallmark of modern human cognition. Now for what might be the most incredible part of this story: the link between making tools and using language. The idea is that these two uniquely human skills evolved together. Think about it. Both building a sentence and making a complex tool require you to take small units and arrange them in a specific, hierarchical order to create meaning. Brain imaging gives this idea serious weight. Studies show a stunning overlap in the brain circuits that light up during stone toolmaking and language tasks. Key among these is Broca's area, the famous language production center in our brain. The cognitive skills needed to make an Acheulean hand axe may have built the neural scaffolding that language was then built upon. Furthermore, how were these skills passed down? Experiments show that while you can learn to make a simple Oldowan tool by just watching and imitating, it's incredibly difficult to learn the Acheulean technique that way. The skill is transmitted far more effectively with active teaching, especially using spoken words. The long 700,000-year period where Oldowan tools didn't change much might be because they were just passed on by imitation. The arrival of more advanced tools might signal the dawn of teaching and even a simple form of language. So how do scientists in the 21st century peer into 3 million-year-old minds? They use an amazing toolkit. Early on, they used PET scans. Later, fMRI, which measures blood oxygen in the brain, gave them a much clearer picture of where activity happens. But you can't exactly swing a rock inside an MRI machine. That's where a newer technology called fNIRS comes in. It's a portable cap you can wear that shines light through your skull to measure brain activity. This allows researchers to study people while they are actually sitting down and napping stone tools in a more realistic setting. The next frontier is even using virtual reality to immerse people in ancient landscapes to see how they navigate and make decisions. Researchers like Dietrich Stout and Thierry Chaminade have pioneered this experimental approach, turning what were once just objects in a museum into a roadmap of our own evolution. These stone tools are silent witnesses, telling a profound story of the very dawn of human consciousness and the unbreakable link between our hands, our tools, and our minds.